So page one shows the feasibility study of the project. So it shows you the cost for the housing, um, total square meter, cost per square meter, and total cost for the project, and how many units of each type. And in total, we're starting off with 100 units, and that's the pricing for it. And it shows you the development of landscape, conventional farm. We're going at 100 hectares for a start. Work facilities, urban farm, aquaponics. And so you start basically all the figures starts adding up. And so then you have all your other fees, kind of like architect's fees, project management, structural engineer, etc., etc., etc. And then all those fees add up to just under 700 million rand, which is just under $50 million given today's current conversion rate. And then on the next page, we show basically the average income per household for one person and for a two person. So basically, just looking at a two person, actually the one person. So the person works for 8 hours a day, and here shows you how many hours per month, how many hours per year, and minimum wage. Actually, we're going double because the minimum is 20 rand. We're doing 40, and monthly income, and then tax, home installment. So basically, that's the amount of money he has to pay back for the home that we have provided for him. The house costs 300,000 rand. So if he pays that much per month, it will take him 12 years to pay off that home. And here, basically looking at the same figure, but just if it's two people working in that household, so all the figures basically just double. And the amount of time it takes them to pay off the house actually decreases by half. So you're looking at 6 years instead of 12. And then the next page just basically shows all the facilities, like the aquaponics facilities, for instance. What sort of crops are we planting? How long it takes for them to mature? How many cycles per year? Total retail price at the current market, and the pricing that we're looking at selling the products at. And yeah, basically shows you the revenue you can make from all those, the yearly revenue you expect to make from all that. And yeah, just your running costs and expenses, and then your yearly profit. And here it shows you year by year how much revenue, how much expense, and how much profit. And then it basically shows you like a 10-year period how much money you'll be making, which is quite substantial. And then this is the normal farm, the 100 hectares of farming. So you're looking at corn and wheat, and basically, yeah, shows you basically the same thing that it showed in the other page. And then here it shows you basically a fusion of all the those crops you're producing, all the revenues, all the expenses, etc., etc., etc. So year one, that's your investment year. That's when you build the 100 homes, the 5 work facilities, the one farm, 100 hectares worth, and the 5 aquaponics or hydroponics farms that you will build as well. And then it shows you the expenses that you spent on each one of those facilities. And yeah, basically shows you the 692 million rand investment, which is 47 million dollars. And then it shows you how many job creations you're providing, and how many the number of population you will be housing. So year two, the project will be in operation by then, and shows you okay the amount of money you'll be generating, the amount of revenue, expenses, and profit you'll be making in that year from all the those work facilities you'll be running. So from all the farming, etc., etc., etc. And then year three, you're basically just reinvesting all the profit, some of that profit into the project itself. So you're building more homes, more work facilities, more aquaponics farms, and yeah. So and then basically just expanding the project so that it becomes more, so it produces more and becomes more feasible. And then you look at a 10-year period, where you started off with 100 homes, now you end up with 500 homes. And same with the work facilities, the farm, and the aquaponics farm. So they basically just increase in number. And the good thing about it is that basically you just from the initial investment, you don't invest. You basically just generate um, income from that investment, and then reinvest that income into the project, and then it basically grows. So that's a 10-year phase. And then you look at another page where it shows you the starting from year 10 and going out to year 19. And basically, you're looking to break even at year 14. And that's basically where your exit strategy will be at if you're the investor, and if you're thinking of, okay, just want to invest my money and then I get out with and make a substantial amount of interest. So you invested 47.7 million dollars, and basically you're making $76 million in 14 years. Yeah, that's how much your investment will basically give back. And then from then, yeah, you can decide to do an exit strategy or continue. It's basically your choice. And then you just see by the end of year 19, you end up with 1,220 homes and so much work facility, so much farming, so much aquaponics, etc., etc. And then basically just shows you all your expenses and all the money you're left with. And then by year, and this page just shows you a continuation from year 19 to year 28, or say year 30, just to round it off. And basically, by then, you end up with 2,120 homes and a lot of work facilities, a lot of farming, and a lot of aquaponics. And basically, all the figures just shows how much production you're making based on the scale of your operation, because you're always constantly reinvesting into this project and making it grow as much as possible.